Can you see my screen? Let me know what you can see. Okay. Long throat. The only orange juice you go see, you no go see why I achieve it now. Eh? Orange juice, you see, Funkabi. Instead of seeing why I achieve it now, you see orange juice. Haba. Eh? We are fasting also, no orange juice. Okay, why achieve it now? Why do we have to create the results in the business now? Why now? Why now? Why not later? Why not later? Why do we have to achieve it now? Why is it necessary that you achieve the results in this business for yourself right now? Why? Why is it necessary? Why is it necessary? Why does it have to be now? Why does it have to be now? Let's look at some things. Stay with me. Number one thing I want us to look at now is this. By 31st December 2022, how old will you be? By 31st December 2022, how old would you be? You know, we know how old we will be, but some of us have not actually sat down to ask ourselves the implication of how old we will be. Now, for some people who are maybe 29 years old, what will happen by the end of, or they are 29 years old currently, maybe their birthday has not yet reached. So by the end of this year, they will be 30. What it means is that there are some jobs they may never be able to apply for anymore. Am I correct? Some people who are 69 or so may clock 70 and will be due for retirement. Am I correct? Some people who are 17 will become 18. Why is that? That it means that anything they do now, they can actually be handcuffed. Yeah, they are no longer what they call it, juveniles. Am I correct? So have we actually sat down and understood the implications of how old we are or how old we will be by the end of this year? Now, with that in mind, the next question is this: how long have you been in this business? How long have you been in this business? Go to the chat room and type. I didn't ask you to type how old you are. Some of us, we hide our ages a lot, as if being younger or being older changes so much. But let's find out, how long have you been in this business? 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? How long have you been in this business? How long? How long have you been in this business? 2 years? Yes, 3 years? Yes, 16 months, 2 months, okay, yes. How long have you been in this business? Some of us don't even know how long we've been in the business. Are you serious? Some of us do not even know how long we've been in the business. How many of us know the exact day we signed up into the business? The exact day we signed up, the date. How many of us actually know? Some of us don't know. Okay, next question. Is the 21st century CEO your life dream? The 21st century CEO, is it your life dream? Is it your life aspiration? You know, for some people, for majority of people who are involved in this business, the connected economy, the 21st century CEO, is not their life dream. It's more like a path to their life dream. And I want to tell you, it is totally in order. It is totally in order. It may not be your life passion. For some people, their life dream is what? To set up an orphanage. They like being around children. They like helping the poor and the needy. They like being involved in philanthropism, right? They are simply using the 21st century CEO, the connected economy, as a tool to achieve that, as a vehicle to launch themselves into it. And I'm telling you, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. But the bigger question is this: whether it is your life dream or it is not, whether it's the vehicle towards achieving your life dream or not, when is your now? When is that time that is due for your achievement? When is the due time for your success? When? Is it now? Is it by the end of 2022? Is it in the next 2 years? When is your now? Because so many of us run the business without identifying when our now is. And because we have not been able to identify it, when we should put more energy, we don't put more energy. When we should bring in momentum, we don't bring in momentum because we don't even have a noun. We don't have a definite time that we're saying, you know, it is this time. It has to be this time. I have to do this for this period. Because then, for instance, someone who wants to set up a fund, so we write our whys for starting the business, right? And then we write, I want to set up a fashion outfit, a fashion line, a clothing line, right? And then that clothing line, have you set a time to achieve it? It's time to start it up. Because if you had set a time to start it up, what it means is that that's your life dream, right? This is simply a vehicle to achieve it. So if your starting point of it, your start date is 1st of January 2023, it means your business must work. It means all efforts, no distraction must be put into the business between now and December this year to ensure that you start your clothing line. But the challenge is that most of us don't even know when our noun is. So the question for us, for everyone here this morning is this: when is your noun? Is your noun now, or is your noun tomorrow? Is your noun that I'm going to start now to start doing the necessary things I'm meant to do? When is your now? When is your now? For you to be able to define your noun, you need to ask yourself again, am I really getting younger at achieving my goals? Have I not been in this business long enough to determine that this is my now? That's the question we should bring each and every one of us to our forefront this morning to enable us to prepare ourselves for the life passion, the life dream we want to see become reality. But I want to help you this morning with a couple of points here and there that will help you if you want to make your noun to become noun. The question is this: how many of us here are willing and ready to make their noun to become noun? How many people are ready to make their noun to become noun? Like, this is my noun. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's not next month. It has to be noun, like noun. How many of us are ready to do that? Is there anybody who is ready to turn their noun? I don't care what your noun had been, but you're ready to say, to make your noun, not to say it, but to make your noun to be noun. Anybody? Is there anybody? Is there anybody? Anybody really? Anyone? Okay. Now, for those of us who are ready to make their noun to be noun, here are some steps you will take that will help you to achieve them now, to achieve your life passion now. Number one, whatever results you have created to this point, you have to take 100% responsibility for it. That's the number one step. We often look for things, situations to blame as reasons why we have not been able to achieve our goal. Why haven't you become Amazon ambassador? Hey, how will I have become Amazon ambassador where my sponsor is not yet Amazon ambassador? Can you imagine? How will I become M Club where my upline is not yet an M Club? How now? How can I become M Club when we don't run, my leader does not organize presentation? How? How will I? How can I? I don't even know how to invite prospects professionally. So how will I make 500,000 in a month? When you blame people, situations, occasions, happenings as reasons why you don't achieve your results, what you simply do is that you give up your ability, the power you have to change the narrative. When you give up, or when you relinquish, you make excuses, you look for reasons to justify why you didn't do what you should have done, what happens is that you give up the power you have to change the narrative. Na me no invites. Na me no presents. It is me who did not book anybody. I didn't prospect. I didn't prospect enough. I didn't invite professionally. I don't know if I'm pinching somebody, if I'm talking to somebody. No, I am not disciplined with my timing, with my time management. It's me, not me. I am the one that didn't look for how to do it. It is me. 100% responsibility, not 99%, but what? 100% responsibility. Now, do you know why you need to take 100% responsibility? Because the same thing that you caved in at, the same thing that you gave into, someone else hit the same bottleneck, hit the same plateau, and what? They didn't give into it, they surmounted it. So that thing you felt that was strong enough, my leader was not there to support me. Someone else has achieved success when their leader also did not support them. So don't give that power to your leader. Am I talking to somebody? There were not enough time for me to, there were not enough presentations for me to invite. There are people who have also created massive success, even without having enough time by the general timetable to invite. What did they do? They created their individual timetables. Am I speaking to somebody this morning? Take 100% responsibility. That's the first step. Number two, be clear why you are in this business. It has to be crystal clear. What are you doing here? It should no longer be ambiguous. It should no longer be vague. A lot of us are in this business and all we tell ourselves we want financial freedom. That is not why you are here. And that is why you are not making money, because that is so vague, so ambiguous. What is financial freedom? Why are you here? I want to buy a car. What car? What model? What color? What's the make of this car? Have you ever seen this car? Have you touched it? Do you know what it feels like? That when you're woken up from your sleep, you can say exactly why you are here. Why are you here? Do you even know why? So many of us don't know why we do this business. Why are you doing this business? I want to take my mother on a vacation to Hawaii. Okay, how much does it cost to take it to a vacation to Hawaii? Have you even tried to find out how much it costs to make international passport for your mother? Have you found out how much is air ticket from here to Hawaii? Is there an adjoining flight? Why are you here? You have to be very clear. Why are you doing this business? It has to be very, very clear. No, see, there's no bumps in the clarity. No, there is no. It be like, it is. This is it. This is what it is for me. You have to be clear, crystal clear on your why you are here. If not, you won't. See, let me tell you this. If you read for the Christians and for those who have access to the Bible, Habakkuk, is it Habakkuk, is it 2 verse 2 or so? It says, write the vision down. Abi, make it what? Plain. So that whoever looks at it, whoever sees it will run with. What it means is this. Your why for doing this business has to be so clear that even people who are not you, when they see it, they know what drives you. How did someone get this? When people see why you do the business, even when you're not there, they know what drives you. They know why you are here. Do you understand this? It's not ambiguous in my mind that my vision is to create 20,000 multimillionaires in the connected economy. When you come into my office, that's the first thing that greets you. Do we understand this? What is your why? Now, some of us say, why this is my why. Where do you have this your why written down? How many of us are with it here? How many of us do we have our whys here? In your book here, can you show me how many of us have them here? How many of us have our whys here? How many of us have them here? You have it written in your book right here as we speak. How many of us? In your book? We don't. We don't have them. You have to be clear about your why. It should be the first thing on the first page of your book. You go through it every day, morning and evening. It reminds you of why you are here. It gives you the energy to push when the reason to push is no longer there. There are sometimes you will lose the reason, the common sense to keep pushing. The common sense is that you've been rejected. You've invited and invited, nobody shows up. Normal reason will be like, I beg, make a match break. But as you're about to match break and close that book, you open again. I want to buy a GLK 2014, white color with cream interior, alloy rims with V6 engine, with a DVD player costing 14 million naira on 31st of December 2022. Hey, no rejection. Where is my car? You go back to the field because the vision is clear. It's crystal clear. Where is your own? Why are you here? That's the question for each and every one of us. How many of us has, some of us say, I want a car. From what I just explained right now, some of us don't even have a clear vision of the car we want. How do you call it to reality when you don't even have it? How do you find the push to get to it if you can't even do, if you're not clear about what you want? Let's go further. Let's take it further. The next thing is this. You have to decide. Identifying why you are here is one thing. That's the reason, Abby. What exactly do you want? What is it exactly? Just name it. What exactly? What is that thing? Financial freedom is not a goal. What is that comes with financial freedom that you want? What is it? You have to be very specific. I want to travel. I want to be a trip qualifier. Which trip? Which trip? Which one? Which one exactly? You have to be very specific about it. The next thing is this, and very important. Believe that what you want is possible. So many of us don't believe that they can earn 500,000 naira income in a month. Did I speak somebody's voice here? So many of us here do not believe that they can make 500,000 naira in a month. Some people here do not believe that they can sign up somebody with Megaverse. No, they don't believe it. I've seen people who Someone wants to pay a megaverse. Say, no, 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 no. Just start with Technoverse for now. Start with Technoverse for now. Eh? In future, with time, you can. Hey! Hello. Abomination. Believe that what you want is possible. Yes. If you don't believe it's possible, how can it become your reality? Wait. God is not a God of wastage. He doesn't like wasting things. He doesn't waste things. He doesn't like waste. So how do you want God to give you what you don't believe is possible? How? You don't believe that you can take your family on vacation abroad. How would you want to make that possible? How do you think that will become your possibility? You don't believe that you can pay school fees for 10 children. How do you want that to become possible? You don't believe that you can drive a Bentley. How do you want that to be possible? Hello? You have to believe that what you want is what? Possible. You have to believe it. You have to believe it beyond every shadow of doubt that it is possible. Now, let me tell us something. There is the biggest war we fight is with ourselves. It's not with the world, though. The biggest war we fight is with ourselves. And often, our rational self, which is our logical self, will try to fight with our future self. This rational self will tell you, but man, nobody in your compound, nobody in your family has ever driven a Benz. How do you think you've not even signed up one person and you're talking about buying a Benz? Look at you, E350 my foot. Go and settle for, in fact, even if it's Corolla you buy, Toyota Corolla is okay for you. And you say, yes, let's start small. Toyota Corolla it is. Toyota Corolla it is. Yes, Toyota Corolla makes sense. It makes sense, Abby. Corolla makes sense. Corolla makes sense. And when people who believe that it is possible to drive a Benz, buy it, you go and start touching it and say, I tap into the blessing. You first have to tap into your own belief. You have to believe that it is possible. You have to believe that it is possible. It creates a positive tension, a positive energy that draws you towards. And let me tell you, one of the ways to counter that your logical self that is telling you you've not signed up anybody this month, you're not. A way to counter it is to keep telling yourself, I believe I can do this. I believe I will drive my Benz. I believe I'm getting my Benz. I believe this. I believe this. Do we understand this? Do we understand this? Next. Steps to achieve them now. You have to believe in your own self. You have to believe in your own self. Now, let me tell us something. Sometimes we look for people's approval, or we wait on people's approval to validate our decisions, to validate who we are. I want to tell you today, become your own best raving fan. Learn to appreciate, celebrate, and believe more in yourself. Because you are the only person who knows your own weaknesses. Now, let me tell you this. I've come to realize that the best person you can confide in is yourself. Let me say that again. I have come to realize that the best person you can trust is yourself. Yes. I have come to realize that the person you can tell the truth and never fear of betraying you and spilling it to the world is yourself. No other person in the world. I've come to realize that. Nobody. That person you think that has your back the most can wash your dirty linen in public the following day. But there is one person that is alive, that breathes oxygen, that you can trust, that will take your mess, your secrets, your life aspiration, your weakness, that can take it to the grave without telling it to anybody. Do you know who that person is? Who knows who that person is? That person that you can confide in, that person that is also a human being, that person you can trust, that person you can confide in, that person you can tell of all your weakness, and they will take it to the grave. They will never use it as a reference point on you. They will never use it against you. That person is yourself. That person is myself. Learn to believe in that self. Learn to believe in that self. It's yourself. That is the God you can see. Believe in yourself. Learn to believe in yourself. Learn to believe in myself. Yes, people will betray you. People you trust, you confide in. The tables turn the first day. They will sacrifice you to the gods. The only person that, no matter the mess, will always stand by you, that will always be there for you, is yourself. So there is nothing else best you can do for yourself than to believe in that self. That is the God in believe. That is another God of you. That is God in you. Believe in yourself. You see, when the world doubts you, when I don't know how many of us take our time to talk to ourselves. You're speaking to yourself as if you're talking to yourself. Have a moment when you tell yourself, "Guy, I messed up today. Bros, we mess up today. We're not going to do this thing again." No. If somebody quickly jumps into the room where you're doing that, they will think you're talking to a spirit. And in reality, you're actually talking to a spirit, which is yourself. That's what it is. You need to believe in that self. There is no better version of anybody, any friend, any acquaintance. There is no better version than yourself. Believe in yourself. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it, still believe in yourself, because that's the only person that knows truly what you want, who you are. So learn today as a step to achieving that I believe I can do this. Oh, you go to your room, lock your door. Guy, we can do this now. Eh? No, waiting. We are shy at talking to people. We can do it, man. We can do it. I don't know how to present, but we can present and not be so bros. You got, you see, let me tell us this. Let me tell us this. Some of us have not tried this. I want you to try it at the end of this meeting. Go to your mirror. Look yourself eyeball to eyeball. At first, in the first few seconds, it will get scary. It will tell you that you don't talk to yourself. You don't talk to yourself. So many of us don't talk to ourselves. We talk to the world, we talk to people. And listen to this. Majority of the time, we talk to people who are not supposed to hear our story. We talk to people who are not supposed to know what we tell them. Rather than talking to the person who can make the change, rather than talking to the person who is open to listen, rather than talk to the person who is the pure motivation to the success we want. Go to the mirror at the end of the meeting today. I'm not saying look at yourself. No, look into your own eyeball. Gaze into your own eyeball for the next 5 to 10 seconds. Let me tell you, there is a spirit in every man. You need to be able to be in consonance with your spirit. You need to be able to be in consonance with your spirit. You need to. And you cannot be in consonance with your spirit if you don't believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Don't wait for your GAM to approve of you. Don't wait for your leader to, don't wait for your spouse. Don't wait for your mother. Don't wait for your dad, your boss. You have to believe in yourself. Next, you have to see the good in every opportunity. Yes, you have to see the good in every opportunity. Okay, but I invited 200 people. Nobody showed up. In fact, 55 told me that they will come. Hello. Sit down and ask yourself, what is in this for me? You have to believe that there is a message, a positive one, a lesson from whatever opportunity. I wanted to qualify for this trip. I did this, I did that. I did this, I did that. I did this. You have to learn to identify the good in every opportunity. Because I tell you this, there is a good in every opportunity. There is a message, a positive message in every lesson. Every occurrence has a message. The thing is this, so many of us are too noisy to listen. Too noisy to listen. So many of us are too noisy to listen. Another step to achieve it now is what? Create your goals. Create your goals. Create the reasons why you are here and bring it down to what exactly you want to achieve for being here. You have to create your goals. Now listen to this. Some of us create, have wishful thoughts. I want to lose weight. That's not a goal. I want to buy a car. It's not a goal. I want to be an Amazon ambassador. It's not a goal. Let me give you an instance of a goal. I want to be, in fact, I will be, or I will weigh 65 kg by 31st of October, 2022. That is a goal. It has a substance, it can be measured. It has a time frame, a when, it has an endpoint. That's a goal. It is only by creating a goal that has a substance, can be measured because it has a substance and has a deadline. That's only when you will have the push, the energy to drive it within the time frame you have. That's why if somebody gives you a plate of apple by 8 p.m. and you have a goal to become so weight, and somebody gives you a plate of apple, 5 wraps of apple with onubu soup, you look at the apple, you say, bros, this food, if you chop them 3 times tomorrow, you say, no, if you don't chop them line for fit time, you say, no, you know what, make I forfeit them. That's why you will not go where they will give you such food, to not be tempted to eat it. Because your goal is what? So kg by so time. Is somebody getting the cocoa of the matter? Steps to achieve them now. You have to create your goals. Now, creating your goals is not enough. Sometimes the goals look so big. You have to do what? You have to demystify your goals. You have to make them simple. You have to create them into chunks. I want to lose weight, for instance. What do you have to start eating? What do you need to stop eating? When do you fast each day? You know, most people who are actually working on their weight, they have a time they stop eating for the day. They call it fast. Some people once it's 5 p.m. they don't eat anymore. Once it's 6 p.m. they don't eat anymore. They fast till the following morning. Anything they want to eat will be fruits, veggies, water, some green tea, and all that. You have to demystify your goals. So let's bring it to the business. You want to become an Amazon ambassador by the end of June 2022. So let's demystify that goal. What does it take to be an Amazon ambassador? You must make a minimum of 500,000 naira by the end of June. Let's demystify that again. What does it take to make 500,000 naira in a month? I need to sponsor so number of people. What does it take to sponsor so number of people? I need to invite so number of people. What does it take to invite so number? I need to prospect I need to have my team who are prospecting Do we get this? You have to demystify it. Don't leave it as big as it is. Break it down. Bring it down into chunks. Am I talking to somebody this morning? Am I communicating this morning? Demystify your goals. Demystify your goals. Stop making it a mystery. Break them down. Break them down. Next step to achieve them now. Find a mentor. Find a mentor. I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Your mentor must not be your upline leader. Your mentor must not be your sponsor. But I must add this part. Stick with the mentor you have chosen. Don't go to your leader and tell them, leader this does his own like this. Come and do it this way. You are simply closing. Now listen to this. I want us to listen to this. Choose a mentor and stick with that mentor. What I see so many of us do is, anywhere we see light, we feel we see light, we see. Anywhere we feel there is light, we stretch out there, still holding the light we feel we saw last, and we hold the other one, hold the other one, hold the other one, hold the other one, and we end up being blinded by the so many lights we are bringing into our life, into our business. Stick with the light you have chosen. Now, that's why when you are choosing a mentor, you choose very wisely. You choose someone who has achieved the results you want to achieve. But let me tell you this, every mentor who you can attribute a success to has a story. So when you are choosing a mentor, because of the success the mentor has created, be ready also to live with the story of their success. Let me say that again, because some of you didn't get that, Abby. Every mentor has a story. True or true? Is that true or false? Every mentor has a story. Am I correct? But Maurice has a story. Eric Corey has a story. When I spoke of the story, I mean the experiences they had before they got to their results. Am I correct? And Pastor Mike has a story. I have a story. All the leaders you know who have created success, they have stories. But now, what attracted you to them was not their story. Yes? It was the success you saw that attracted it, which is okay. But remember this. For you, if you are very okay with the success they have created, be also okay with living with the story behind the success. Because your mentors, let me tell you this, your mentors will not take away your own story. Mentors do not take away your story. They simply give you steps to help you deal with your own story. Because for you to get your own success, you must have your own story. You must. Because you become somebody's mentor and there will be a story. Don't be so. Do we get this? Do we get this? So as you are choosing a mentor, be ready to stick with the mentor. And then be also okay with living with their story. Your story may not be their story, but you will have your own story. And since they are mentoring you, chances are that some of the things they experienced, you might experience them, but they will not have given you steps to deal with them when you experience them, because you are following the path that they followed. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? And like I said, please don't do that. So I see some people, they tell you, these people's team, they are doing this. These people, if you can, I say, do you want to succeed in this business at all? Next step to achieve them now, release the brakes. Release the brakes. Release the brakes. Release them. Get out of your comfort zone. Release the brakes. You are riding a bike. You know, the most powerful, the most effective brakes in a motorcycle is not the back tire brake. The back tire is very wide, but that's not the brakes that holds the bike. If you are moving and you press down the back brake, the tire will just freeze and the bike will keep screeching and going, and you still hit what you are trying to avoid. The powerful brake is the front brake. That's why if you look at very heavy and very big bikes that has a lot of energy, the front brakes use 4. The front brakes use 4 brake pads, 4, and the back uses only 2. In fact, the front brakes, the front tire has 2 brake discs. The front tire has 2 brake discs, and the back tire has only 1. So the front uses 4 brake pads. Why? Because when you hold the front brake, the forks of the bike front tire will go in, pressing the weight of the bike onto the ground, and then the bike will try to stop more. Now, but the mistake some new riders make is when they are now accelerating, because most often you leave your first 1 or 2 fingers to be able to hold your brakes sometimes. So as they're accelerating, they are holding the brakes. And the bike will be shouting, wee, and the front brake. Now, if you do that by force, what will happen? You'll tumble over. I am telling you today, don't. So when you now start getting familiar with the bike, you learn to release the brake while you accelerate. As you are launching out your business, as you I want to achieve them now, my brother, my sister, learn to release your brakes. Get out of your comfort zone. Let me tell us a story. For you to train an elephant, so that it will not wander away from the farm and all that. You know how they train an elephant? Once a baby elephant is born, they tie a rope to one of its legs. They tie a rope to it. When you tie a rope to it, and the elephant wants to wander away, the rope will draw it back. It can't break that rope because it's still young. Anytime it wants to move, the rope will draw it back. But guess what? As the elephant grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, it gets to a point where it can actually stretch its leg and break the rope. Do you get? And at that point, one day it actually breaks the rope, but it will not go anywhere. You know why? Right from infancy, the elephant has been conditioned to accept that this is the extent I should go. So with or without the rope, it still remains there. In fact, some of them don't even break the rope. They remain with that tiny rope that whenever it tries to move, then that rope, it just feels the rope on its leg. It will just remain without that space because it has been trained to exist within that small space. So many of us have lived in the small space of our salary. We have lived in the small space as determined by our leaders. We have lived in the small space as determined by our family. It is time for you to release the brakes. It is time for you to expand your financial thermostat. For some people, you have never earned more than 100,000 in a month, more than 200,000. It is time to expand it. That when reset the thermostat, tell yourself, 500,000. You know how thermostats work. You see thermostat in iron, you set it on cotton. What it means is if it gets to this particular temperature for ironing cotton, you should switch off and get cold again before you start getting hot again. And that's what has been happening to some of us. You make 20,000 because your financial thermostat has been telling, hey, anytime I have 20,000 extra income, I'm fine. Do we get this? Can you reset your financial thermostat to 500,000? How much will be in your bank account right now and you will be uncomfortable? How much will be in your bank account now and you will become uncomfortable? For some people, it's still their account becomes zero. For some people, it's still their account become 1 million. For Donald Trump, it is still his account stopped being in billions of dollars as it used to be, and he declared bankruptcy. What is your financial thermostat? Can you reset your thermostat today? Release the brakes. Is somebody getting the vibes? Is nobody getting the vibes? Somebody asked, is it wrong to have more than one mentor in a specific? No, it is not. It is not wrong to have more than one mentor, but don't clash their ideas. Because you are the one that will get confused. Don't clash their opinions. They can share a common ground on certain things, but they can also have a different view to certain things, all gearing towards a particular goal. The way Eric Worris says some script is different from the way Matt Morris says some things. Don't go to Matt Morris and tell him, this is the way Eric Worris is doing it. If you want to follow Matt Morris, follow Matt Morris. If you want to follow Eric Worre, follow Eric Worre. Do you understand the difference? You can follow different mentors on a specific field, but don't mix up their ideas. You will get confused. Do we get this? Okay? The next step to achieve them now. Sorry. What did I do? Once you release the brakes, the next step is what? Remember, what you see is what you get. Whatever your eyes can see or your mind can see, your hands can hold them, Abby. What it also means is that if you cannot see it, you cannot have it. This is invariably telling you those goals you have, visualize them as if they're already there. See them as if they're already there. See them as if they're already in existence. Visualize them. That's why we tell you, when you are presenting, let's say you're about to run an event somewhere, you are invited to an office meeting, and you don't have a car yet. What do? Find one of your teammates who has a car. Find one, go and order Uber, and tip the guy additional 200 naira. 500 naira. Okay, you will drop me in front of, in fact, inside the compound. Yes. And I want you, when you drop me, to come and open the door for me as if this is my car. Do you understand? What are you doing? You are telling yourself, one day, now my driver go to open this, my motor, my own car. Do we understand this? You have to visualize it. That's why we say you don't have money yet to buy a 250,000, a 300,000 wristwatch. Get a nice one now. You don't have the money to buy a 60,000, a 70,000 shoe. The 12,000 own you can buy, polish it very well. Polish it very well. Iron your shirts. Prepare for yourself. Visualize it. Do we get this? Visualize it. The next step is what? Take action. Let me tell you what majority of people do. Majority of us keep getting ready, keep learning, keep attending cell meeting, keep reading Eric Worre's video, watching Eric Worre's videos, studying Matt Morris, Ray Higdon, or Tim Sells. We study all these people. We follow them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We follow their trainings. Ambassador Mike is doing a training. We are the first to be there. Gam is doing a training. We are watching it on YouTube. This person, every training we attend, we are getting ready. We are amassing the knowledge. And some of us, when we finish amassing the knowledge, what do? We start waiting for the right prospects to prospect. We start waiting for the big event to invite. We start waiting for the right time that we will have 10,000 naira recharge card to be able to do follow-up. And we never take a shot. We keep ready, we keep getting ready, we keep aiming, and when we never take a shot. Let me teach you a new strategy starting from today. The new strategy is today is what? Shoot first. And then you aim after shooting. Somebody didn't get that. What did I say you do first? Shoot. What you have is enough. So what do? Shoot. When you shoot, oh, I didn't hit it though. What do? You now aim. You shoot again. I hit it, but it remaining small. Aim again. Shoot. I hit it though. It's remaining small. Aim again. Shoot. Don't wait till you are ready before you shoot. You will never take the shot. Continue shooting and aiming and shooting. Shoot again, aim. Shoot again, aim till you get your goal. Do we understand this? Take action. Take action. So many of us are so averse to taking action. We are so scared of taking action that we forget that inaction is already an action. Not taking an action is already in itself an action. So today, a step for you to start achieving it right now is what? Take action, okay? Next step is what? Ask for what you want. Some people don't get into the business because we don't ask them to sign up. And let me tell you about asking for what you want. When some people come to me and they start beating around the bush, going round. For those of you who have had personal interaction with me, the question I often ask is this: what do you want? I'm invariably telling you, ask what you want. And let me give you some fundamentals that will help you to ask effectively. Number one, ask with the positive mindset that you will get. Ask with the mindset that you will get. Number two, ask as if you have gotten. Now, don't go tell the person, I know you will, I know you have given me. No, don't do that. It is a mind game. It's a mind game. This is what you do within yourself. It's a confidence you breed within yourself. Be positive about what you're asking. And be clear about what you're asking. Be very clear, crystal clear. Don't beat about the bush. Be clear about what you're asking. Do we understand this? I want you to start this business with Megaverse right away. I want you to start this business with Megaverse right away. Okay? Another step, and very important step to achieve what you want right now is what? You have to reject rejection. You get to that point where I beg you, come out here, rejection. You know, I don't know how many of us have seen this. I don't know what I call it, but when you go on social media, you see them once in a while. Somebody said, it's common among, I see it majorly among riders when they are trying to advertise a rider, or a rider is trying to show how fierce he is with riding. They said that you say you grew in the dark, but that he was born in the dark. I think it came from a movie or something, that you grew into the dark, but he is born in the dark. What do you mean? You know, I saw a small clip the other day. This guy, I thought I would have, maybe next time I'll share with us. This guy said, I've gotten to the point in my life where I fear no evil anymore. Now, they showed a video of this guy, you know, these clowns that dress like a devil trying to scare the guy. And when he scared the guy, he turned towards it, and the clown dressed in form of a devil was trying to scare him. Guess what this guy did? He went to this clown and hugged him and said, yeah, it is. It's more like telling him, man, forget it. Bring another thing. We don't pass this level. You know, they scare us. Like, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. We don't pass this. They bring another thing because this one, if not this level, we don't pass them. That's what that's what happens when you start rejecting. It doesn't, you've gotten to that point. It's just like saying the person that is already on the ground fears no fall anymore. You've been beaten to the ground, waiting remain. No, I've seen it all. People have told me they are coming and they never came. People have told me that they are in the bank trying to pay and they never paid. They've been in the bank since the last 2 years. People have told me, in fact, my best friend had told me that this business is whack and I'm still here, man. So what else can you tell me? You have gotten to that point that you've broken the breaking point. You've gotten to that point where you have broken the breaking point. The next step, review your activities as well as your results. Not just your activities, review them. Why are you reviewing them? To know areas you can make improvements, to know areas you can get better. Why do you have to review your results? So that you can set a bigger goal. When you set a bigger goal, what happens? It gives you this drive for something bigger, okay? Don't settle on a result. And then commit to getting better. Commit to personal development. Commit to improving on your activities. Commit to improving on your results. Commit at this thing I did today that got me this result. I want to do it better tomorrow to get an improved result. Okay, I'm moving faster because of time. And then be persistent. There is a difference between persistence and consistency. Consistency, you show up, you show up, you show up, you show up. Persistence, in fact, there's no going back anymore. Some of us remember that parable, the story of the Chinese bamboo. Some of us remember the story of the Chinese bamboo, right? If you listen to the story very well, you'll realize that the farmer at a point continued pouring water into his farm, not because he believed so much in the vision anymore, but because he's just used to doing it and he just has to do it. The guy has transcended into a new level of commitment. That's what happens when you become, you've gotten to that point of no return. Just like somebody saying, Gam, quit the connected economy. You'll be like, hello, what are you talking about? Like, I don't get you. Quit now, like how? You've gotten to that point of no return. I want you to get to that point of no return that it's either we achieve it or I achieve it. There's no return. And it has to be now, not tomorrow, self. Get to that point of no return. And then surround yourself with successful people. Surround yourself with successful people. There is this easy thing that we do, that we surround ourselves with people who are like us. Now, if you are still growing, you need to be careful there. Don't go and surround yourself only with people who are struggling like you. If you are yet to achieve your goals, don't surround yourself with people who are still trying to find their feet. Surround yourself with people who have achieved the result you want to achieve, because success leaves clues. Do we understand it? Success leaves clues. So if you are around people who are successful, one or two things will drop once in a while from them that will help you to become like them. Don't go and surround yourself with people who are suffering like you. I'm not saying that these people that are not yet there yet, no, but I'm saying be careful about your association. You have to learn to surround yourself with people who have achieved. Now, let me also tell you this. Successful people are very mindful of their circle. They are very careful. They don't easily let you into their circle, especially if you are not in their circle. If you are not successful like them, they are very careful. They don't want somebody to take them down to where they have passed. But you can buy your way into their circle. You can buy your way into their circle. Pastor Law, when I say surround yourself with successful people, they must not be physically with you. They must not be physically with you. How often do you talk with people who are more successful than you? How often do you take what they advise you to do into action? How often do you follow their mannerisms of doing things? You may not physically see some of the people who are, you may not even have an opportunity of being one-on-one with them. Some, if you are privileged, you will. Sometimes I get up from my office and start looking for Ambassador Mike for nothing. For nothing. Just to find a way to talk with him. Some of us, we sit in our location. We sit where we are and we don't make efforts to find the people who have what we want and ask them, just to talk with them, just to listen to them. How many of you do that? Surround yourself with people who are successful in what you want to achieve, okay? Accept your mess when you mess up and clean it up. As we begin to grow, we are bound to make mistakes. It's an indication that we are making effort. When you make mistakes, accept the mess and clean it up. There is no shame. Accept the mess. It is you, a part of you taking responsibility for the things that didn't go well as you wanted. Accept it, don't push it to anyone, and clean it up. But remember this, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Let me say that again. The key to get started is to what? Is to quit talking and to start doing. There is this thing that I see some of us do. And sometimes it stems from we not finding solace in ourselves. We need people's validation of what we are doing. You go to prospect, you come back from prospecting, you announce to the world that you went to prospect. You go and find a hall to run an event. You go and announce to the world that you found a hall to run an event. You run a presentation. You've not even gotten a sign up. You announce to the world that you are running a presentation. You have one sign up. You announce to the world that you have one sign up. Let me teach you something. Grind in silence. Let your Lamborghini make the noise. Grind in silence. Let your Lamborghini make the noise. The people that should know about what you're doing should be your team. Can somebody hear me? The people that should know about what you're doing should be your team, the people that are with you, the people that are looking up to you, the people that are looking up to you for motivation. So you are telling them, I did this, you can as well do this. I can do this, you as well can as well do this. Let me tell us this. It is not everybody that smiles with you that is happy about your success. Be careful about what you tell people. Be careful about what you tell people, especially your journey to success. We should learn to shut up sometimes. Some of us are so loud. Some of us are so loud. Let your Lamborghini make the noise. Go and grind in silence. Go and prospect 1,000. Go and present to 1 million people. Sign up 10 people, 20 people. Shut up your mouth till the day you will be seen on stage. That is the day you will stand as the story for the world to see. So many of us are too loud, very loud. Sometimes it is good to just shut up, conserve your energy, and use it to be productive. Because let me tell you the truth, it's not everybody that talks that is working. It is not also everybody that keeps quiet that is not working. Some people keep quiet and they are working so hard. You will not know, so one day you see them, boom. So just shut up and go to work. Just keep quiet. Let your result show. Let your result bring you to the world. Am I communicating? Did anybody get this? So, ladies and gentlemen, with all this being said, start now. Start now. All you have to do is what? Start right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Start right away, because the time to achieve that success is now. The time to start building into your vision is right now. Start right now. Start right now. Okay? Now, for some of us, we already know very well, and we are closing immediately. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. Sorry, I want to